Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of our Victorian Age Vampire the Masquerade campaign, A Spiritual Awakening. Um, I'm Anya, your storyteller this evening. I am one half of the writing and creative team at Balsamic Moon Games Collective, where we write and make games. I'm gonna let our lovely cast introduce themselves this evening, and we'll get started shortly. Let's see, Megan.
Megan. I play Charlize. She's a Nosferatu. So she's super huge, super gnarly, and super pissed off, I guess.
Azalea.
I'm Azelvin and I play Dahlia, and I am a Zmichi conqueror. I like to conquer things. I mean, if I see something, I take it. If I want to do something, I do it. And that is that.
Gavin.
Hi, I'm playing Felix tonight. He is a Malkavian, and he is the wealthy bankroller of our operation, and also runs the household that we run our little adventures out of currently.
Awesome. Morningstar.
Hello, my darlings. I am Morningstar, and I am playing the beautiful Francois, a Tory so stunning, well, that he manages to get out of almost every situation just on beauty alone, and into every situation on beauty alone.
Certainly what happened last week. I think you had me charmed. I was working for you. Yeah, I agree. Morningstar, you might be just a tad quiet. I'll see if I can
Am
boost
I?
you on my end.
Yeah. Likely better if you do it on your side, darling,
Okay.
because if I do it on my side, I'm almost certain to make it worse.
All right. Test that out real quick. Morningstar.
Oh, yes, I should probably speak if you're testing out my audio.
All right. Yeah, I think that's a decent amount better.
Perfect.
All right, we ready then?
Yes.
Okay. So it's been several weeks since the first body popped up, and several more bodies have shown up around your clock tower. And because of this, the police are now starting to knock on your clock tower door and come after you for some questions, some answers to questions. So I
Well,
assume you have your ghouls able to answer the door during the daytime hours.
yes, that would be my ghoul, who has been a fantastic assistant and associate.
All right, well, he'll answer the door when the police come knocking because they're definitely gonna at least start in the daytime. And
Right.
I guess you could your ghoul will let them know that you will have to come in the evening to
Yeah,
speak with them.
I would definitely direct my ghoul to let them know that I'm traveling and that I should arrive back at this residence by nightfall, and that I could meet them or they could come back here.
Okay. Um, they're probably gonna come back just because they want to see you in your familiar surroundings.
Sure. Then I'll make sure to get word to everyone else if any of us are not here currently to be here by nightfall or shortly after.
Sounds good. Alrighty. So the police are going to show back up and they are, going to ask you the standard questions about, how long have you been at this residence? Have you been aware of what's going on around your home and
Why did you live in a clock tower?
Does that make me seem particularly villainous?
It does have layer vibes to it.
Yeah.
they're
Well,
getting really pushy with you and they want to know your whereabouts. They want to know the whereabouts of all your housemates and
for myself, I think I could be fairly honest with them. Um, I should probably have some alibis to at least some of the murders. Um, trying to think of where we would go aside from the theater that Francois frequents. Uh, but that is probably the number
The
one.
brothel? Is that Francois frequents? I think there's a whole list of places Francois frequents.
Yeah. So I think that's what we would go with. Is there something I should roll to see how convincing I can
yeah,
be?
roll a I guess either charisma or manipulation plus an etiquette.
Okay. Etiquette, or could I go subterfuge, do you think?
I
To
mean, that
try to
depends. Are
throw
you
them.
lying to them?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to throw them off the trail as much as possible. I mean, not directly lie, but certainly stretch the truth.
Okay.
And of course, I will be as absolutely sickeningly sweet to them as I possibly can be. Will that get me the ingratiating
Yeah.
specialty? Okay. Difficulty?
Um, let's go 7.
All right.
Where's my mouse?
There we go. We have at 7, we have 2 successes. No 10s.
Awesome. I hit a button and ruined everything.
Well, you still look
Really
good
is
on
one of
our
those
end.
days.
There we
It
go. I fixed it.
it absolutely has been one of those days.
It has been.
2
Okay, I'm sorry. What did you get?
successes.
Okay, 2 successes. Okay. Um, they're police and they're
Hmm.
used to people trying to really ingratiate themselves to them so that they don't get in trouble. I'm not going to say it makes them more suspicious of you that you're trying so hard,
Hmm.
but they're definitely going to keep you on the list of possible suspects.
Okay.
But they're going to leave you alone for now.
You won't believe this. I quite literally just pulled a chunk of gold out of my hair. Please.
Wow.
Wow.
What a humble brag.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Very bizarre. I'm producing it now.
Come in. I love you
Uh-oh.
too. We're in the middle of a stream. All right.
Children.
We're safe.
Okay, so you've got 3 new bodies, and you should probably figure out who's doing this before that gets pinned on you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the
Uh,
clues that the rats have been able to get for you since they were watching.
you
They can
two
tell you
creepy.
that it is one individual who's doing this. They can tell you that they looked like a well-dressed gentleman. They can tell you that so your clock tower is on the north side of the river, and it seems like this person goes back across the river when they leave the crime scene, so south side of the river.
So they're well dressed, but they're swimming through the Thames. Who would do that?
There's a bridge.
There's probably a bridge.
That would make more sense.
um, do do we know anybody that was at our, previous parties, or have we talked to Elena or anything like that to get any idea about who might call their home south side of that river?
There are a lot of vampires that make their home on the south side of the river, but they all mostly belong to Sabat groups because the north side of the river is run by the Camarilla.
Makes sense. That then I think my first instinct would be for us to go check on Gabriel, who we had a problem with at our party last time.
Okay.
Um, but I
Yes, I'm
don't,
sure he'll be happy to see us after being uninvited.
yeah, but I don't know of the best way of getting a hold of him. Although we do know that he was at least chatting with Elena. So possibly we could talk to her about getting some idea about maybe where hails from.
Or she can give you more specifics on where he stays. And yeah, you could try to pay them a visit, or you could um, send a ghoul to maybe offer a new invitation, or
Hmm.
yeah, however you guys want to go about.
I could seduce him. I
You
do
can
not
try,
know
yeah.
to what end, but I could do it.
That that sounds like a really interesting uh not the way I would have thought we would have gone about it, but that seems like it might actually be the best use of our skills, as it were. Yeah, I'd be willing to be back up on something like that if you wanted to try that route. How about the other two of you?
Back up on a seduction attempt, just a three-way.
I believe the appropriate term.
Menage a trois, sorry, Mr. Frenchman.
That's a clip.
Well, him and a lot of other Sabat vampires and their friends hang out at a specific club type place, bar, pub,
Hmm.
nightlife area that Atlanta can point you in the direction of.
Awesome. Well, in that case, does anyone need to feed before we make a potentially dangerous excursion like this? I think Dalio, the last time we checked, was in the most need of blood.
I am low,
Also,
and it would
mhm.
be nice to eat. Let's get my
Did
aggression out ahead of time.
How much
should
blood
we
do we remove
lose?
from the blood pool between sessions?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Based on how long it's been, we lose
I'm
blood
going to assume
nightly.
that you guys have hunted during the downtime period. It's like you're not going to go for weeks without eating.
Yeah.
So,
What should we do? Like roll a d10 or something? And
yeah, roll a d10 and see what your blood is like.
so add that to our blood, or
Yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
that puts me at full then.
My goodness.
I am one away from full. It
Nice.
was a good meal in the meantime.
Geez, that one didn't want to stop rolling. All right.
Francois must be on some kind of diet because he never seems to be full.
Maybe since you have herd, we could. Do you think we could add Francois's herd rating to their roll?
He's got
Yeah, for
blood.
sure. What was your roll? Oh,
3.
yeah. You're the most likely one to be able to feed way more easily, so yeah, that makes more sense. Go ahead, yeah, add another 3.
Alright. Yes, it does make sense he wouldn't be starving, but I suppose maybe he
Diet
tends
blood.
to feed on other things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a lot better about this little excursion.
All right, so off to the Sabat nightlife.
Well, it would have helped if
Bless
I.
you.
It would have helped if I'd
Muted.
actually muted before I sneezed rather
Got closer.
rather than right after it. Yeah. Wow. Ouch.
We are checking that even though we are not alive, that the audience is alive.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I hope that didn't like top out your speakers or headphones. I've got a limiter on my mic, so at least for what goes out to the stream. So even though you all heard it, hopefully the people in the chat, it was not quite so bad. Sorry about that. Yeah, should we come up with a name for the pub?
Let's see.
Maybe something bloody. That's the vampire hangout.
Would things still be like based on pictures at this time?
Yeah.
Where it's like the bard and the baby, that kind of stuff?
Church of Thirst.
That could be the name for the bar.
The Sanguine Cup.
Mmm,
Like
that's
it.
cool.
Sure, let's go with that.
Nice. I will make a note. um, I'll put on a cloak so that I can cover my head and face just in case. I don't want Gabriel to recognize me until we
Okay.
get to that point later. I did provoke his ire the last time
Maybe
we.
your ghoul did.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's not very difficult to get there. I'm gonna say you guys can all take your carriage and pop right over the bridge. And it's pretty close to the bridge, so yeah, super easy to get to.
I guess
Well,
I shall consume a blood and look alive.
I would recommend, and let me know if this is out of line, but I do have occult knowledge level 4 with a specialty in bloodlines. I was thinking that the sort of common sense thing would be if this place is frequented by the Sabbat, it's probably actually a better idea to not look alive than to look alive here. So
Yeah.
you might want to save that blood point.
Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah, just to be extra safe. How do we want to approach this situation? Charlize has the best possible
Yeah.
situation with obfuscate.
Mhm.
The rest of us maybe go find a table in a corner so we can try to watch from a distance and still hear what's going on.
Yes, I would like my back to a corner around all these ruffians.
Yeah, that sounds great. Same. But we'll be here backing up Francois. I'll have
This
my
is
revolver on my lap
oh
just in
my
case.
goodness. Just in case you're ready for violence.
Well,
I'll consider it a show.
this place being a Sabbat hangout, the bloodied humans are in no shortage here. There are literally people laying on the bar with multiple vampires drinking out of them at one time. There are people hanging from the rafters. It is a bloody, bloody mess. They have a guard who is a very large, obviously flesh crafted ghoul standing out front who keeps any unwanted humans, police, fire department, keeps all those guys out.
And if they push too hard, then they get added to the pile of people inside.
Yeah.
So how do they respond to us trying to come in?
He lets you guys in. He can like smell and tell that you guys are vampires. He also knows that you're not Sabbat vampires because he's never seen you guys before and he just assumes you're either super new in town or you're gonna go in there and get your ass handed to you. So he lets you in.
We're either fine or we're good entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gabriel is very easy to spot. He is kind of treated like royalty in this facility. He has a special booth type area, um, center of attention, where he can stand up and address the crowd whenever he wants to. Yeah, he looks like he owns the place.
Maybe he does if he's here all the time. Yeah. Um,
Dahlia might be extra aggressive and feel territorial.
yeah. I would say, Dahlia, keep your eye on that bouncer. Uh,
I could just fleshcraft him back if he wants.
mm-hmm. Charlize, are you interested in like trying to get into a good position?
Yeah, I can obfuscate an eavesdrop if it benefits Francois.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your obfuscate level?
3.
Okay, so people would have to have aspects of 4 to be able to notice her.
Yeah,
Not people, vampires.
vampires. NPCs. Now I'm trying to think if any of the people in here would have,
Luckily for
I'm
us,
gonna.
most Sabbat vampires tend to uh, not be as interested in aspects as Camarilla. But it's always possible. I mean, Malkavians have it.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of Malkavians in Sabbat places, generally speaking.
Yeah. Not yet. Just wait until the 21st century.
Can you give me... Do a 3-die roll for me, target number 8. Just to see if there's anybody here.
Oof.
Nope. Okay,
Complete
good.
fail.
So nobody here has Auspex 4.
Nice.
Very fortunate.
All right, so if you want to obfuscate yourself and get a good listening position, that would be awesome.
I definitely want to do that.
They're all they should make.
Yes. Should I be rolling anything specific for getting myself into a good position? Whether that be like sneaking or something?
Yeah, do a like perception plus stealth.
Okay.
Get a lot
Would
of
my
mucking in.
-2 perception be a factor in this? Because of my
No.
insight.
Well,
Does that just count for humans, or does it count for? Let me see. It's on the bottom of the sheet. Let me just check.
I'm not sure.
What's your perception? I'm sorry.
I wrote it down.
It's
I have,
the
because I have
-2
dead
because
sight.
of the
It's
flaw.
Oh,
+2 perception difficulty plus 1
because of the
difficulty
dead
in
sight.
social roles. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that probably wouldn't apply since you're mostly trying to listen.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
up
well,
to
they're
the
trying to
GM.
find a place to be at to listen well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I don't
they're
think that since everybody in here is already dead
We just
or
look
dying,
dead. Here
dead
we
or
go.
dying. Yeah,
difficulty.
7.
So I got 2 there.
Okay. You were able to get pretty close. Definitely within earshot. You are gonna have to be aware that nobody bumps into you, basically.
You're in a tight spot.
Yeah.
Awkwardly position myself between 2 bar stools.
Yeah.
Right. Think we're all in position then
Yep.
for Francois' entrance.
The big entrance, yes. Before I even enter, remind me again, what information am I attempting to extract?
You're attempting to figure out if he knows who the Jack the Ripper person is, if he's the Jack the Ripper person. Yeah. What
Alright.
information he knows about that.
Does he own a top hat?
One would assume.
I'm sure he does.
That's a dead giveaway.
Well, then I suppose the first thing is to try to get his attention. So,
See. You could do like a carousing roll,
this.
or you can do a performance roll.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Francois would put on a bit of a show just to get the attention on him. In fact, this is a. Well, I assume they have some sort of music. Live music.
Yeah, for sure.
Perhaps Francois could find his way onto the stage.
Yeah. So
He
you could
does have
do
100 boys after all.
generally performance rolls are charisma plus performance. You could do that, or I think I would let you, since your appearance is your specialty, maybe roll appearance plus performance.
Even if the song's not very good, I'm just pretty enough.
Exactly.
That's the whole point, anyhow.
I'm gonna
Just like
say
vampire karaoke.
difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6. Well, alright, so Francois will do a little bit of convincing. He has some fame, so it shouldn't be too hard to get up on the stage with a violinist, perhaps, to back him up as he performs a more masculine rendition of Mon coeur s'ouvre te voir from Samson and Delilah. And
That sounds amazing.
let me see what the actual points would be. All right. So this would be, hopefully, a good song, or at least he'll look pretty enough to attract Gabriel's attention.
You have any specialties?
I have a specialty in appearance as beautiful and etiquette as seduction, but unfortunately,
Oh.
that's only 3 successes there with 9 die.
Wow.
Still, 3 successes is a success.
Mhm.
It is a success for sure. Yeah, so Gabriel is very aware of who performs in this establishment. Like he generally is the person who brings in the talent. So when he sees you get up on stage, he's like, "Oh, well, I didn't hire this person. Who is this?" And then he is just transfixed and is like, "It doesn't really matter who hired this person. I'm super glad they did." And yeah, when your song is finished, a very petite um, vampire, let's say a female vampire dressed like she works at the place, approaches you as you come off the stage and tells you that Gabriel would like to meet your acquaintance.
Okay. Well, perhaps I should go up these stairs and see this Gabriel soon. No? Is Gabriel in position? Well, I'm not going to say that. But
Absolutely. And she asks you to follow her and she directs you to Gabriel's seated area.
They're still out on the floor where we can see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
How is
kind
the
of like a trying to think of the best way to describe it. I don't know. It's like just the big center floor of this. I guess what would kind of be like a dance floor situation. There is a big circular table set up, and he is there with what look like, I don't know, people that he trusts, other vampires. There are women that are on the table as food and entertainment. And yeah, he brings you a seat right up next to him.
Francois bows with a great flourish and greets Gabriel. Bonsoir, monsieur. Bonsoir. It is a great pleasure to make your acquaintance. I do hope you did not mind me stealing your stage for a moment. Unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity to put my mouth to good use in some time.
um, yeah. He he says that he is very happy that you found such a use for your mouth and ask you if you would be interested in maybe coming back again and singing in the club.
Vraiment? Oh, certainement, monsieur. I would welcome the opportunity. It is a beautiful establishment. You have so many visions, so many treats for the eye, for the mouth. Beauty is each and every one of them, yourself included, monsieur. You are radiant, and I should know.
Well, if a vampire could blush, he would blush, but he can't, so. Um, the vampire who escorted you off of the stage to meet Gabriel, runs up and leans over and whispers something in his ear that you can't really hear what she's saying. And he gets a kind of shocked and surprised look on his face, and he turns to you and is like, you were at that clock tower party.
We actually didn't have it at the clock tower, but
Oh, yeah,
we had
sorry.
it
You
at
were
that
at that
weird. But yeah,
the weird hotel party.
yes, the weird hotel party.
Oh, oui, monsieur. I am at most parties. I am a fiend for them. I must admit, it is my weakness, my greatest pleasure to share company with so many debauched individuals.
He can appreciate that. He also asks, um, did you present yourself to the Camarilla prince or to the archbishop of the area?
Maintenant, I have some just relationships with the Camarilla at the moment. They are not particularly fond of me, and they seem to think now that I am slaughtering civilians and leaving them out in the open as well, making it worse. They blame me for everything.
Oh, so you guys are taking the heat, huh?
Well, the eat for some things, certainly. There has been a bit of, well, a messy down in our area. And unfortunately, since we are not part of the Camarilla, they have some suspicions.
So they're not protecting you.
As I have said, they don't care for me much. We have some unfortunate history in my home country, and relationships, politics being as they are, that has transferred over ever so.
He's gonna give you the Sabat pitch of come join our team and we'll make sure you're safe, situate, kind of a thing.
Itch. It's not the sort of proposal I was trying to dig out of him, but I suppose I have been very flirty.
You will have to join their church and basically kiss the ring of the archbishop of the area if you would like to do that.
But that does seem like a complicated way of trying to get information out of someone. Much more complicated than sleeping with them.
Way less commitment.
Well, I suppose I would quite like to see if I could try to veer the conversation. Well, I suppose if he's already brought it up, it's going to be difficult to seduce him at this moment.
Probably not.
I could tell him I
He's generally not one to say no to anything.
Monsieur, I am not the church going type. I am much more built for, how you say,
Being worshipped.
well, but it's true. I much prefer to be the god rather than the acolyte. But I can have some fun worshipping every once in a while, as long as I'm worshipping something physical.
If you want to make that
seduction
see.
roll. It
Yeah.
does seem like a flirtatious enough line to
Yeah.
prompt a roll. All right. So, what would seduction probably fall under? I do also have a seduction specialty.
And that is in etiquette?
Apparently,
Wow.
Okay. So let's make an appearance plus etiquette roll.
all right.
Um, I'm gonna say difficulty 7.
Well, fingers crossed then, that I'm just tempting enough for a 7.
Oh,
Goodness,
That's an interesting roll.
that is an interesting roll.
yeah.
But do those
So
10s
because of
count as the
your
as it's my specialty?
because of your specialty, the 10s count as 2 successes. So 4 successes.
A very old roll.
A very odd roll. That's a lot of dice.
A lot
It's a
of
lot of
dice to
ones.
only get 2 numbers above the difficulty.
I know.
It's a good thing we're not playing standard botch rules. That would have been
Oh,
a
indeed.
botch.
It would have
Yeah.
quite badly.
But since we're not, it's 4 successes. Uh let's see. He is definitely wrapped around your fingers in an amorous kind of way. He is yeah, ready to leave with you.
Okay, not perfect. I don't know why I'm taking him. I must admit, I don't know all the sordid spots of London that one can.
You do know
I
where a weird hotel is.
a very
But he's
permissive
already been
hotel.
kicked out of there once.
He will, since you're new to town, um offer to show you to a place.
Magnifique. That would be most delightful, monsieur. I would be thoroughly grateful to be shown a thing or two in this delightful city of yours, even if we don't travel far.
So he is going to let's see. Let's just say you're super lucky and there's a couple of rooms on top of this establishment. So you
Well,
don't
that
have
would
to
be a
go
good
far
thing.
and
I'm
your
in good
friends don't have to try real hard to track you down.
If I had such an establishment, I would certainly have such rooms. He's just smart.
Exactly. There's got to be the fun rooms or the fun basement, one of the two.
Yeah, I think
But yeah,
think I would like to see if I can sneak down into a basement or back room or something while they're busy.
What a coincidence, that's what I'm doing.
And yeah, see if we can find any incriminating evidence or anything like that while we're here.
you could make a perception plus investigation roll.
May I
See what you can
use
see.
my heightened senses to
Yeah,
assist with that?
and anybody
Sorry.
else who wants to make an investigation roll can do the same. Difficulty 7 for anyone who wants to make the roll. Nice.
Just looking at chat, hoping Francois doesn't get clock blocked. Nice.
Or show them your clock tower.
Okay.
Zaylwyn got
One
one,
success.
unless you've got heightened senses on. That lowers the target number by 2.
I could spend a blood for the heightened senses.
I don't know if it actually costs blood.
Um,
I feel like it
I think it
doesn't.
costs 1 to turn it on.
Does it?
Yeah. pretty sure.
If you look on that back sheet, it should say whether it
The back
uses blood or
one.
not. The very last one, yeah. The cheat sheet.
And that is... Which
Auspex
one is that
1.
associated with?
Auspex 1.
Auspex 1. Heightened senses. Oh, it doesn't say that you have to spend blood, but it does say you have to choose one sense. So do you want to smell real good, or do you want to see real good, or do you want to hear real good? Or taste real good?
Taste
Let's see.
It tastes really good.
I don't think
Francois is tasting real good. I think it says choose one or more senses.
I do not want to taste anything while investigating, but I do want to. I do
Nice.
want to see better, and so I can focus it all into just seeing.
Okay.
You're not gonna lick everything in the back room.
No, I
Yeah,
shall
don't
not
please
do
be
any
a
of the licking.
vampire.
I'll go sense of smell since we were having interesting stuff previously that Charlize was running into as far as interesting smells. And we also had that letter that we received that we smelled
Yep.
some interesting smells on. So for me, that's 4 successes
A
with my
lot.
specialty.
4, did you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was reading chat, I missed what we have to stack. So what do we need to do combined to do this roll?
If you'd
Perception
like to,
plus investigation, difficulty
yeah.
7.
If you want to join us rather than heading in the direction that Francois goes in,
Or you
we
can
would,
follow him.
yeah, we would love to have you join in our investigation, but that's up to you whether you want to go upstairs or into the back
I
Maybe
don't
she
room.
think
wants to watch.
I don't know if Charlize is ready for that kind of show.
That makes sense.
She's not a vampire voyeur. What's the point of being able to go invisible?
Some of us aren't perverts.
Oh, very nice.
I'm pervert enough for all of us.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to say that with all of you guys' successes combined, you are able to hear enough chatter from around the club, and in the basement, you are able to find what looks like a not going to say costume, but it looks like the clothes. But it's a vampire club, so clothes covered in blood aren't like super out of the ordinary. But especially covered in human blood, it's going to be kind of hard to find that kind of incriminating evidence. But the chatter from around the club is definitely that the uh what the police and locals are calling Jack the Ripper is definitely one of theirs. And you hear Diana's name brought up a couple of times in connection, um that they hope that Diana and her cohorts kind of face the consequences of what has Jack the Ripper is doing. Since they don't have Camarilla protection on the north side of the river, they kind of assume that you guys are up Schitt's Creek.
I mean, that's one way of talking about the Thames, but
It's accurate, goodness. Especially in this time period.
any smells, anything interesting?
Now that you mentioned the Thames.
If you make your way back towards the front of the building and you get a good whiff of the bouncer who was at the door, who's in and out, you can definitely smell something similar on them
So what was in the letter?
to what was in the letter.
Okay. Oh, that implicates scary things. I whisper to Dahlia, I think this is your domain, not ours.
We could just craft him back even further. We can. I am not much for problems. I just go in and and
Yeah,
smash my way in. I nip it in the bud because I don't
yeah.
like any threats or anything threatening my territory, and now I consider my friends my territory, so
Maybe we could
don't touch them.
lure him out to an alley and
Have a conversation.
Yeah, we'll have
a
a little talk.
very
A
handsy
little
talk.
a firm talk. But yes, I think I would is if he immediately gives me that information, I think I would grab him pretty much immediately and see if I can manhandle him away somewhere.
Do you want to like I guess you're just like physical force him out of the building
Yes.
or
I'll
wait
try
till he
to.
walks back out and get him around the corner?
I guess I could be patient and wait, even though patience is not Dahlia's best suit at all.
No,
But she is full of blood.
you do whatever you feel best doing, and I'll try to cover the door for you.
I think I would try, but I am full of blood right now, so I'm a little happier.
So one thing you can do is you can spend some of your blood to increase your
Mhm.
physical attributes. So you can raise your
Mm.
like strength and dexterity up to a maximum of 5 each. Each dot costs 1 blood, and then it wears off at the end of the scene. So if you want to pump some of your attributes, you could get yourself into a really good position before you decide to try to push him out the door.
I think I would. I'm gonna spend a blood for my strength. Not that it needs it that much, but I would also,
Spend a point of blood right now for stamina.
I would, yeah.
Awesome.
That's and, let's do we can pump up my, intimidation, I guess.
That's physical attributes, so
Or
strength,
Yeah.
physical, yeah, just my
dexterity, and
strength.
stamina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do
Strength,
each one
stamina,
all the way up to
dexterity.
5.
Oh, I'm pretty full on the one, so let's just do strength. And
Okay,
I think just a little bit of strength buff and I should be good.
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, he's a big ghoul, but he's still just a human.
Yes. He's just crafty.
Okay. So, you can his whole job is kind of to be, he's a bouncer. So if you tell him that there's a problem outside, he's going to follow you outside. So you could approach it from that direction, or you could just wait, for him to just step back outside.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I'm not a big giant conqueror and try to use my womanly wiles to tell him that there might be a situation that I can't quite handle and I might need his crafted hand to help.
Hmm. Playing
That
on
sounds
his
like something.
craftedness.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you going to fleshcraft this poor ghoul into the most meek and unimpressive looking human being? That would be
We will have a little slender man when we're done.
A very long, thin guy.
The kid in
Okay.
Charlie the Chocolate Factory with the taffy pulling.
Yeah.
So would that be manipulation and subterfuge to get
Yeah, that sounds good. Manipulation plus subterfuge, and see if he will follow you outside.
what would be the target?
6.
Well, I have 2 successes and with 1 intent, so
Do you have a manipulation specialty?
I do not.
Okay, cool. I was just trying to give you an extra success, but 2 is good. Yeah, so it's, his job, and he's very he's not the brightest crayon, so he's gonna definitely follow you outside.
Aw,
He does
thanks
not want
for
to
the
get in
care.
trouble with management for letting some ruffian get out of handy.
Exactly. So You seem distressed, so he's gonna follow you.
Oh, thank goodness! Like we need to handle this right away. And I go in as I guess as we exit, I go around the corner. I go around the corner. As soon as we're around the corner, I kind of I want to trip him around the corner. So oh, he's so foolish. Just this big twisted man. He's just so foolish, and he fell. Oh my goodness.
Let's see. That would technically be a brawl roll.
a,
Let's
a
see.
slight brawl.
Light brawling. mm, I guess that's probably the best one. Is to go with a brawl. So let's go with like strength plus brawl.
Oh
See
no!
how trippy you are. Target
I think
number
we might
like 4.
oh, I think we might accidentally overdo it because we have 1, 2,
He's
3,
gonna
4.
fall and break his nose.
I go to kick him to trip him, and I accidentally kick the actual leg in
Oops,
half.
yeah. You break his femur.
His poor femur.
Poor femur.
You have a strength
Alrighty.
specialty?
I am very strong.
You have a specialty that you chose for having a
Um,
strength of 4 or higher?
I want to say I did have just a big great blow as one of my combat specialties, but that is it. I'm just very big.
Well, I would definitely give you a specialty on your strength for that. But so yeah, let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes. Yeah, that's definitely worth like a broken leg.
We overdid it, but we can't
That's
accept
what we do.
we can't expect me to be subtle here.
Let's jump back over to Francois and see what trouble he's gotten himself into really quick.
Yes.
I don't have a
Cramp.
great blow on my character sheet, but can I do one?
Not gonna go into super great detail with what's happening just because, yeah.
It'd be like that scene in Community. We'll just do the hand gestures to imply
It's a sort
inappropriate.
of
Perfect.
it's a sort of brawling. From a distance it looks like they're wrestling.
Let's do a
Stamina plus performance.
manipulation plus. Let's do manipulation plus etiquette again, and let's see if you can get him to spill any beans. Target number 5.
This might
'Cause
actually be
he's
possible. I do have manipulation. I thought I didn't. I suppose Francois can still be a little bit manipulative. Oh, well, there's
Wow.
a roll, so that's 5 successes.
The dice
Nice.
like you.
Suddenly, they've changed their mind.
Let's see. So he is very chatty, and he is very excited and thinks it's hilarious that the guy who had him kicked out of the party and the girl who was polluting Sabat blood chains, their feed bags, are now in cahoots so he can punish them both at the same time. And he's doing this by enlisting the help of one of his friends. Let's say his name is Vincent. And Vincent is very skilled at taking bodies apart. And he is making sure that it looks really bad for that guy in the clock tower and Dahlia. That he has plans to leave a few extra bodies over by the house of those people that she's staying with. But he's very sure of himself in the fact that, you don't mess with Gabriel and get away with it.
It was quite rude if they uninvited you from a party you were already in. Terrible, faut pas.
Very insulting.
How can I help that? Mon cher.
Well, he says that
It
you
seems
already
like
have.
fun.
You've relieved a lot of stress for him.
Rest assured, mon cher, it was quite a release for me as well.
So he gets up and says that he's got to get back to the crowd because that's what he does. He's manages the crowd for the evening.
Bien sûr, of course.
You want
But
to try
yeah,
to
he says
convince
that you
him.
are welcome to come back anytime.
Anytime. I do so love an open invitation.
You could try to convince him to drink some of your blood. That could get him
1 point bloodbound.
yeah, so he has to he's it would be a little more willing to continue to spill beans in the future with you. That sounds like a very horrible euphemism for
Spilling
intercourse,
beans.
You really want to
you
think
want to
about
spill
that
the
for
beans
a
again
jail.
sometime? I mean, you
That's what they did on Brokeback Mountain.
oh,
Spill the beans.
Well, I'm not certain. Was I that good of a lay that he would drink my blood? That's the question.
I mean, that was a lot of successes.
mm-hmm.
Perhaps I should make an attempt. How would I sway someone into drinking my blood? It's not something I've really
Hotly.
considered before.
Hotly.
You have somehow accidentally drank your blood while
Yeah,
doing
that's what I was thinking.
else.
Mm.
An
You
extra
could-
nick here and there.
You
Yes,
could try to drop it only takes like a drop, literally a drop of blood into his cup or whatever he's, eating from.
or even better, how about I just bite my own tongue and then kiss him very aggressively?
Mm.
That would work.
Force him and then see if you can sort of get
There's
away
not
with
much
it.
force. I'm sure he's not going to be opposed
Yeah.
to the kiss. At least until he tastes the blood.
I think there should be a role involved with that.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to think of which. Let's see. Let's do. I feel like manipulation is probably the best way to go about it.
Does make sense. It's a rather manipulative thing to do.
Or
Manipulation,
charisma.
maybe.
Charisma could work too. And I just feel like using your etiquette because that's where your specialty is in seduction.
Mm-hmm.
Seduction.
Makes sense.
Probably the best way to go about it. Let's do either charisma or manipulation plus etiquette.
I'll lean into the charisma. I haven't done a charisma roll yet.
Target number 6.
Target
I
number
was-
6.
The blood bond is kind of a big deal. I think maybe it
Yeah.
should go a hair higher.
You can boost it up higher.
Mm.
If
you
I
could
fail,
just
I fail.
God, I
It's hard
guess.
to do.
Yeah, let's do target number 8, and that's for him to keep it down.
Right.
To want to keep it down.
That's 2, and if I get my specialization because I'm seducing him, 3.
Yeah. Let's see. Since it's only the first dot of a blood bond, and he really enjoyed your time together, and you have 3 successes, he's just gonna smile you're a naughty boy smile at you and swallow the blood and move on.
It is true. I am. It was just a sex thing. The entire bloodborne. It was not even to actually control him. We're just getting into the first stages of some very vampire-specific BDSM.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're just subjecting him into servitude.
Precisely. Very sexy servitude.
Should we hop back to Dahlia, or should we take a quick
Yes.
break and
Oh, let's see what
let
time is
the
it? It's 8:30. Yeah, let's take a quick break and then we'll come back around to Dahlia and the ghoul.
right? We'll see you in just a moment.
Welcome back. We are going to get back into business and we're going to check in on Dahlia and her ghoul friend.
You go Google.
I plan on being much meaner than I would to a girlfriend, but in fact I think I did already hurt this poor little girl as it was. I do know that this was the smell we smelled, and I do not like any threats to my my friends and territory. I think I would instantly let's see if we can do some body crafting and turn him into the slender little puny man. Like, oh,
Nice. So you are going to do flesh crafting. So that is your dexterity plus body crafts. And he's already been flesh crafted. So I'm like, does that make it easier or harder?
That's what I'm wondering. Is his flesh more malleable at this point?
Like, is he a little more like, warmed over clay?
Yeah, half of one, a little bit of one and a little bit of the other, because some of his muscles might be in the wrong place where you expect them to be, and bones
Yeah.
and things like that. But then again, yeah, like you said, he's already been crafted, so it'll be easier for him, maybe.
Yeah.
If you're just trying to damage him anyhow, it doesn't really matter if his muscles are already in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm just going to push them even further.
I'm just trying to send a message as like I know that you threatened and I do not like that. Instantly no. Maybe think about next time you want to deliver a letter.
Okay. So what
What would the
exactly do
difficulty
you
be?
want to do to his body?
I
Like,
want to just compress it as much as possible.
compress it?
Just compress everything across the board and see how like small and tight and everything I can make him. Like
Okay.
he was put through a big spaghetti machine.
Okay. Let's Dexterity plus body crafts, target number 7.
I have 2 successes then, a 9 and an 8.
Okay. You are definitely able to compress him down quite a bit because he was very large. He's probably now a little shorter than your average man. Um he does let's see, put up not really a fight, but he does it's a painful experience. He's screaming and yelling and calling for someone named Vincent.
Oh,
And
Vincent.
Vincent. He's calling for Vincent and just pitching a big fit.
Well, it might be good to have this Vincent come over anyway, because do we know the information that the
You
French?
guys don't, yeah.
Well, I would be happy to fight anybody that came over anyway. So, to shut him up, can I go ahead and use my melee and my lovely specialty and smash his head?
Yeah.
So let's do the great blow. I think it just gives me an
Are
extra
you
2.
using a weapon?
No, I'm just going to use I call it the skull smash, my great blow, which is
Oh.
it just gives it just basically I don't like stuff, so when I Hulk smash almost, but let's it just says I get an extra 2 damage on top of it. So.
Okay.
I guess
So
that would be melee and strength.
I would say
Brawl.
brawl and strength because if you're not using a weapon, it's brawl.
Okay.
So yeah, strength plus brawl and plus 2 for your
Well, that's damage.
damage, yeah.
Oh, what was
Difficulty?
the target?
Oh, target number 6. He's pretty
Okay.
well. Let's do target number 5 since he is kind of on the ground and compressed and already in pain.
Well, I have 4 successes as it is. So.
Okay, yeah.
So that
So you
adds-
definitely
What was that? I'm sorry.
It adds 5 damage dice.
Okay.
Oh yes.
That'd be
Damage
strength plus 5.
roll. What is just a damage roll?
It's in her case, it's strength plus 5, target number 6.
Okay.
That's a lot. Hold on. Yeah, I guess I would re-roll then.
Yeah, you roll a new set of dice.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
infinitely crazier, but
Wow.
we might have smashed straight to his shoulders, but
Yeah, so was he standing or was he on the ground?
he's already on the ground because I did break
Yeah.
his femur, and then he's been compressed down, and then he tries to scream, so I've smashed down from my down onto my knees, I would guess.
Okay. So you are basically able to crush his skull. He looks like, Peaky Blinders smash somebody.
I'm wondering if he would even survive that one.
No,
Oh.
he's dead. You killed a man in the streets.
It's for being on the smell of a threatening letter. I don't deal with this stuff.
Yeah,
very well.
no, I wouldn't feel bad about it.
Let's just hope Vincent didn't hear. I don't want to have to deal with that, but we will.
So
I
can
mean, he is a ghoul, so that means he is definitely bloodbound. So when he dies, Vincent will definitely be aware of what happened. That, he is no longer.
Well, now Dahlia's had her warm up.
So we heard the yelling, a little bit of yelling from inside before the head crush.
Yelling from inside?
From inside, were we able to hear him yelling for Vincent?
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean, it is kind of loud in here. There's a lot of people talking. There's live music. So if you were closer to the door, you could definitely hear it. I would say that the people in 7 or 8 feet away from the door really didn't hear it.
Yeah, so I was able to hear it since I am guarding the door. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
In that case, I'll look out and see how bloody Dahlia is.
She's pretty covered up to the elbows.
Come on back
Yes.
in. Let's get you inside and out of the view of prying eyes.
Yeah, we'll see if once Vincent figures this out, if he could figure out who did it. But I do try to make sure I've shaken off enough blood. I wonder, should I do some kind of roll to see if I make any tracks back?
Are you gonna walk on your hands?
No, but I wonder if I drip. I don't know.
It's not really the trail that's going to be the problem. It's just going to be that you have the blood on you. That's the problem.
I need to go to the restroom then.
Or just get more blood on you.
Yeah.
It's
That's
quite well
true.
to be covered in blood, but you don't want to be covered in the ghoul's blood.
How about I need to go to the ladies' room and freshen up a bit, and then get covered in different blood.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can try that for sure. There are definitely probably. I mean, there's people literally hanging from the rafters. You could just kind of go stand under one of them and just, get
Take a
dripped on.
shower.
Yeah.
It's like a herbal essences commercial.
So
I'll call
Bathory-
out. Yeah. I'll call out into the club and see if I can get Charlize's attention. I want to guard this door, and I could use her help in case this Vincent shows up to take revenge on the person who killed his ghoul.
Little does Felix know Charlize has been next to him the whole time. So
Yeah,
obfuscated.
no, I'm like yelling into the club, creepy! You just tap me on the shoulder. Oh, thanks.
It's like the scene in The Office.
Creepy and gross sounds like a perfect buddy cop movie.
Yeah, creepy and gross. Nice.
So, what you see is at the round table in the middle of the room where Gabriel was sitting, a man who he looks very unassuming, very just, he's small. He's dressed not in super fine clothes. You wouldn't notice him if you walked past him on the street. He stands up and makes a straight line to the door.
After Dahlia comes in?
Yeah, Dahlia comes back inside. He makes a just straight for the door.
All right. I'll step aside. I don't know this guy.
Okay.
Can I get a whiff of him though?
Yeah. You still have your smells on, right?
I do. Perception plus alertness.
Yeah. Target number
Yeah.
6.
Anything more
Is that
miserable than going smelling the people of Victorian London.
Does that drop to 4 because of my heightened senses?
Yeah.
All successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay. You can definitely tell that this person is the man who made the ghoul. He's also the man who wrote the letter that you found in your tower. That was the threatening message of get ready.
Okay. I'm gonna grab him by the arms and just try to restrain him for a split second.
For a split second,
Yeah, just enough
you're
time
gonna
for...
touch him.
I'm gonna touch him. Just enough time to hopefully Charlize to be able to do something invisibly.
I could just stand in front of him and he bumps into me invisible's like, what the? Gives you time to step up.
But yeah, I can't, I don't want to say anything aloud, and I couldn't get that information to you probably quickly. So I'm thinking if I just grab him, then I can get you to jump on him or something.
I need you to roll 8 dice for me.
8 dice?
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 6, 4, 4, 3, 1. Do I need to roll my Dex plus Brawl?
Yeah, go ahead. Target number 6, Dex plus Brawl.
0 successes on my Dex plus Brawl.
You're lucky.
So I'm assuming you
Okay.
would.
If you had been able to get your hands on him, he would have very quickly fleshcrafted your arms to your body and continued on his way.
That's the
But since you
luckiest
weren't able to
fail.
get him, you still have full use of your arms.
This is the luckiest failed roll I think I've ever made.
I think that's
Are
the
we-
second one this session as well.
Has he
It can-
completely passed this at this point, or does Charlize get a chance?
Yeah, if you want to take a go,
So
feel
are
free.
we trying to do him? Like, what are we trying to do?
Yeah,
Nothing
so
to do with him.
you see me sort of swipe at him, and I guess he dodges out of the way.
Yeah, he's very very dexterous for being, a very small person.
So yeah, you
It's
see
not
me go
small
for
doesn't,
him.
like, necessarily mean undexterous, but, he doesn't look like he'd be as fast as he is, so but he's, very dexterous and was able to just kinda sidestep you very easily.
Might be able to use my one dot in potence to grab his face and just kind of smash him into the wall.
Yeah, you could definitely try to do that. Let's go ahead and make your, I guess it would be
Dex plus Brawl.
strength plus brawl.
Yeah.
Target number,
He is
target
invisible,
number 7.
so maybe 5.
Bro.
Since she's invisible.
He's very fast.
10, 9,
Yeah.
5, 2. So.
Yeah. Do you have a, specialty in either of those?
In strength.
Or any of them 4 or higher would be the easier way to do that. Since you're only rolling 4 dice.
No.
Okay,
I don't
then you
have
don't
a
have.
specialty.
Okay, so you're invisible. Okay, he's not. Okay, we're just. Go ahead and roll that 8 dice roll again for me, Gavin. And I'm going to
Okay.
give him a higher target number because he can't see you.
Oof,
Dang it.
quite a bit of 10s.
Yeah.
He obviously has some kind of like reflexive thing he does.
Yeah. Okay, so you grab him by the face like you wanted to, and you push him towards the wall, and he just assumes that because it feels like a hand, there must be an arm attached. So he reaches up and grabs your wrist, or where he assumed your wrist would be, and he basically no bones your hand, and you just kind of, you know, your hand swoops off of his face, and he dances out of your way and keeps going towards his ghoul. He's not super interested in fighting you guys right now. He wants to see his ghoul. But your hand has no bones in it now.
No, does anything weird happen because of my huge size? I have that as a merit.
It's probably easier for him to get a hold of your wrist.
It's true.
Well,
So
I'll
I'm
grab you and pull you toward the bathroom wherever Dahlia went to, because you're gonna need her help to fix you.
To fix that, yeah.
I need the magic doctor.
Put my
and then
bones back.
I say
Put more
we all
bones in my bone.
We shall have a bones day.
and I think we should all hide because ouch. That's scariness.
And as soon as he finds out that his little ghoulie is no more, he might be a little upsetty spaghetti.
I think he probably already knows that, but he just wants to get there and see what happened and check on, just to
Yeah,
suss out the
when
situation.
you see that in person versus knowing it happened, it's a little different.
No. Well, yeah,
Quite
plus the blood bond gives you like a feeling, but it doesn't tell you like exactly what happened, so yeah, he's
So as
sort of
far as he knows, it could be like deathly injured but not dead, and he could fix it. But yeah, no, he's dead.
He's been smashed.
yeah.
So I would like to fix Creepy's arm there. So would that
Yeah.
just be my body crafting plus like maybe intelligence because knowing where all the bones are and
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do intelligence because you've got, pretty much as much time as you want. Let's do intelligence plus body crafting.
Did you spend any experience to raise your body crafting?
yes, I did one actually. So that
Oh,
would
nice.
would that give me an extra die or does that add bump up the
Extra
results?
die.
Extra
Yeah.
die.
Let's do target number 6. Hands are, complicated, but
Yeah.
everybody's got them.
There's a lot of little bones, but yeah, okay. So I have 3 successes then. 8, 8, 10.
Okay. You're definitely able to put put bones back in the hand. They might be a little creaky, but they work.
She just has
Creaky.
a little bit of
Pop.
arthritis now.
Yeah.
Charlize creaky.
Yeah.
um are we all hiding out in some kind of like bathroom or something?
Um, sure. There's definitely I would, I guess there's probably a bathroom in the building. There's definitely like maintenance closets and things like that. Um, that aren't going to be super, used. People aren't going to be coming and going out of there,
Can I
especially if it's a bathroom. Generally, the
scrounge up
vampires don't
something?
need to bathroom.
Yeah. Can I scrounge
I
up something
make
made
my
of wood?
entrance back to the group if I can, since I'm no longer with Gabriel and I haven't been for a little while. I exit the bathroom stall, followed quickly by someone else who runs out the door.
Can I forage for something wooden?
Francois right there.
Yeah, you could probably, like a chair leg or, a broomstick or something. I'm sure there's something.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to fashion it into a makeshift stake for protection.
Okay. You know he's a Zamish though, right?
Yep.
I don't know how super useful staking him's gonna be.
It depends. You have to have vicissitude 5 to move your heart. Oh.
You could also just regrow yourself.
You
I
stab
think
enough
that's just
times.
I think that's vicissitude 5 as well. But yeah, definitely things that are real.
Stuff that could happen, that could be a
Yeah.
problem.
I don't know if you want me to roll my cult, but I'm just trying to protect myself.
Yeah, no, that's a great. No, you don't have to. That makes sense. Because you don't know what his vicissitude level is.
Exactly.
You could get him one good time and that'd be the end of it.
That would be my hope.
Okay. So, how long do you guys want to stay in the bathroom?
Depends. Can I get another meal?
I don't think
Bathroom, it's
really anybody else
nasty.
is going to be coming in here.
I'm gonna pump some of my stats
Okay.
for this. I'm gonna spend 5 blood. Now make it 6.
Ooh. Well, what are you pumping?
My dexterity to 4, my strength to 5, to 5, and my stamina to 4. So a total
Okay,
of 6 blood.
sounds good.
Basically everything we gained from our last hunt.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. And then you're coming out.
Yeah, so I recommend everyone else bulk up, because this might be bad times.
Yes, it could be dangerous.
I assume we've all had a chance to talk to each other about this Vincent being the scourge that we
Yeah.
need to take care of.
Yep.
And I shall let you know that Gabriel is very much behind this, wanting to see you suffer.
Well, we'll make sure he suffers next.
I think I would up my stamina a little bit then. By 1. I do have a lot of stuff. Let's go by 1.
Are we starting a fight here in the bar?
I mean, he's outside now.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
that's-
if we went on the offensive, we would have the best chance of taking him down before reinforcements arrive. Whereas if we wait until he comes back into the bar, we're absolutely in enemy territory.
Yeah.
So, what do you all think?
So,
That make sense?
yeah. Can you explain what you did with the blood to bump your stats?
Yeah, you can spend 1 blood per dot that you want to raise any of your physical stats to a maximum of 5. So strength, dexterity, and stamina. So for
Yep.
every dot you want to raise it, you spend 1 blood. So I spent 3 blood on strength to raise my strength from 1 up to 4. I spent 2 blood on dexterity to raise my dexterity from 3 to 5. And I spent 1 blood on my stamina to raise my stamina from 2 to 3. Which I realized earlier when I said what I was raising them to, I got it completely wrong. But anyway, that is correct, what I just
So
said.
if I were to raise my strength by 2 points, I would need to use 4 blood.
2 blood.
Okay.
True blood.
1 point per dot.
And is that just for this kind of altercation we're having?
Yeah, it only lasts for 1 scene.
Okay.
And so in combat, that's usually a combat scene. But on the plus side is if you raise your dexterity when you roll initiative, you get to add more to your initiative. So should we try to ambush him? You want us to
Sure.
ambush him as a group? Are you guys all down with that?
Yes.
This is
But I
very,
think
very
I am-
dangerous. We saw what he did to Charlize's wrist.
Would I have any kind of resistance to flesh crafting, being somebody who flesh crafts themselves? None?
Not usually.
Okay.
You
You
would
can
just
fix
be
yourself after
you
it's
could fix
done,
yourself,
but
yeah. Luckily, he has to touch the body part that he wants to manipulate, so that's the one
yeah.
saving grace, is that as long as he doesn't, touch your face, or at
Yes,
least as long as he doesn't touch Francois's face,
That would be a truth.
because he can manipulate your attributes, but mostly appearance.
Well, Dahlia needs to pick up a chair then.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can use melee instead of brawling. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Anybody else need to do anything to get ready?
I have a quick question. Um, what level of vicissitude, or is it vicissitude, that gives you that big monster form?
There are multiple levels of it. I think the first one is level 4, and then the next one is level 6. So the one that's level 4 just gives you like 2 extra points of soak.
Okay.
The one that's level 6 gives you claws, wings, and stuff like that.
Okay.
The Zulo shape.
Yeah. I don't think he's quite that cool yet, but
And of course you grow to be about, 10 or 11 feet tall. And scare, You create an entire new religion when humans see you in that form. A new religion that worships you as a god.
man, I should have emailed Keith and asked him if I could have used Nicodemus as the bad guy.
Yeah, oh, but then we'd all be dead
You'd be
instantly.
dead.
Nicodemus had celerity 4, I think. He's like, I fleshcraft all of you in a single turn.
It
All
would have
right.
been terrifying and beautiful.
So what should we roll for trying to ambush him in the alley?
Well, perhaps he has not seen me.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I mean, I guess he's seen you because you came and
Yeah.
sat down at the same table that he was at, but
It's true, but he doesn't know that I'm
Yeah.
associated with the ones who mangled his ghoul.
Yes.
That's true. He doesn't know that.
I could potentially try and distract him.
You could try, yeah.
Well, everyone else attempted to ambush him.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
frankly, Francois is better as a distraction than he is as a fighter.
Sounds good.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll. I guess you're leaning on your appearance again here.
Probably, I would assume either that or charisma, something
Yeah.
to
Let's go with charisma
catch.
because that makes a little more sense. Let's do charisma plus empathy because you can see that he's upset about his, dead ghoul.
I think
And
that
we're
would.
gonna make it target number 8 because he is pretty distraught about what's going on. He seemed to really love this ghoul.
All right. So I step out ahead of everyone and make my way around to where I know this is, but I am, my goodness, completely shocked by the affair. And I express my sorrow at seeing such a scene. My goodness. And one success.
Yeah, so
Difficulty
he is
7, you said?
very, very upset. He had spent a lot of time and energy, um, you know, reprogramming this guy so that he would be the perfect ghoul. He spent a lot of time and energy molding him physically into the specimen that he was. And he had spent a lot of just time with this ghoul. So he was very attached and he is very, very heartbroken and distraught as much as a Zamish vampire can be over this ghoul. So he is not super interested in what you're having to say. He is crouched down over his ghoul, and he has I don't want to say he flesh crafted the face back on, because I don't know if you can flesh craft dead things.
He's just smushing it with his hands, the hope that it comes together.
Because generally it needs to be alive flesh to be flesh crafted. So, yeah, I guess he's just, uh, cradling the squashed head of this ghoul and weeping blood and just very distraught, very distraught. So he's very distracted.
It seems
Awesome.
like I didn't even need to do anything.
All right.
So I
Can we
guess you would roll initiative.
Yeah.
Perhaps you should just give Creepy the steak.
Just
Have a sneak up.
You want me to roll for his initiative?
yeah. Let's see.
Dex,
Roll
perception,
10 dice for
wits.
him.
Okay. Or roll with a 10,
Yeah.
10 modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 14.
Okay. So same as
I
Ozana.
did, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you to go first just because you're a player character.
We have to move at the same time. We do that like thing where we
Alright,
keep
so
punching each other's fists at exactly the same time.
yeah.
I did that right. Sorry.
Okay.
It's
That
a
would
great
have been
roll,
a
though.
damn good roll, though.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a really
3
good roll.
9s, 8 7. Yeah.
Instant.
Wow, 14 as well.
We're all just going to jump at the same time.
And do we have a Francois?
I suppose I must, although I've already completely forgotten what my
It's
What my
dexterity, perception,
Perception.
wits,
Wit.
and alertness.
I just scrolled back to last time and found it. So
Nice.
a very unimpressive 7.
Ah, 15
So, I
though.
mean,
You beat
seven.
them.
Like,
All right.
Let's if I could get Creepy and Dahlia to do a roll off really quick. Just roll 1d10.
I got me
So
a
it's
bun.
Creepy, then a Zaelwyn, then the Zamish, Vincent, and yeah.
Okay. All right, Felix.
All right.
Vincent is distraught. That's my word of
Crouched.
the night.
Yeah.
Crouched down
I am going
over the
to
body of his dead ghoul.
I want to leap onto his back with the stake that I have fashioned and try to
Okay.
drive it through his back and through where I expect a vampire's heart to be.
Okay.
Would I go with Dex plus melee for that?
Yep. That's a
Okay.
weapon.
Yeah. All right.
Target
With
number he's sitting very still and he's not paying any attention to you. So I'm going to say it's a target number 6.
okay. Yeah, it's normally 8 for a heart shot, but it makes sense since he's faced away and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't have any
Stabbing a man while he's
specialties.
down.
Yep. All right, you said 6,
Yep.
9, 8, 7, 6. That's 4 successes. On a
Okay.
stake roll, 4 is the minimum number of successes you need to potentially stake a vampire. And that's before you make a damage roll. So that
Alright,
is
well,
the correct number of successes, but
yeah. Do that
sure.
damage roll.
All right. Got 4 successes, so it'd be plus 3 damage. So strength plus 4. 8 dice. That's
It's
4 successes on the
4
damage roll.
4 damage. Um
Technically, even on the best case scenario, if his heart is in the right place, that is still not a successful instant death roll.
yeah.
I'm 1 damage level away from that.
Okay. He is going to jump away from where he assumes you are, like a frogman. He has flesh crafted his legs to be very muscular so he can run very quickly and he can jump very far. He is going to jump away from you um, and pull the it's like a broomstick. Is that what you
Yeah,
used?
yeah. I'll let it go. If when he moves, I drop it. So
Gotcha. I mean, if you held on to it, he would probably just jump off of the stick
yeah,
because he could just force his body off of the broomstick.
yeah.
So, now you're giving him a little bit more work to do. He's got to get it, he's got to reach his back and get it. Okay. But he one leap and he gets about 8 to 10 feet and he has to fleshcraft his trying to decide he's going to be really creepy and he is going to fleshcraft his torso to be reversed so that the broomstick is now facing the front and he's going to pull the broomstick out of his back, but it's now his front.
Oh,
Awesome.
And he's going to then brandish it like a spear, like he's going to throw it back at you.
On his initiative, I assume.
Yeah, on his
Oh,
initiative.
okay.
Not right
The
now.
the next person would be Francois.
oh,
What would you
God.
like to do?
What would Francois do in such a situation? Probably hide. Especially
Blowing
this
kisses on the
gentleman.
sidelines.
This gentleman can absolutely destroy everything he holds dear.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just
Hiding
try
is
to
a
hide.
perfectly legitimate option to take.
Mm-hmm.
Probably he would try to hide. I don't think he's not a fighter unless he absolutely has to.
And he's not
And
specifically like aimed at you or anything, so.
no, yes, and yeah, even this whole incident with the framing isn't aimed at Francois. He wants to
Exactly.
help, but he'll help in his special way, which is sleeping with people. All right. So what would
Well,
I
fuck
roll
you
to
to
try
death.
to? I mean, it's already got us a little bit of a blood bond over the head of the Sabbat.
Yep.
So I
Ooh.
suppose if it's an alley, there must be something to hide behind,
Yeah.
even if it's not necessarily hidden as in nobody knows I'm there. Hidden as in if something's thrown at me, it probably won't hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say like a perception plus
Dodge, maybe?
dodge. Is that a skill?
Yeah.
It
It's
is
under talents.
talent.
I
This
was
will
gonna
be.
say either dodge or stealth.
They're both equally garbage. So, and what would we say the difficulty rating is before I
6.
roll? 6. Right. Let's see. A
Huh?
6? One
Yeah.
6.
You were able to find like some like crates and trash cans and just, like stuff that's being, stacked up on the side of the building from, leftover because they're not really feeding people, so there's not like a whole lot of food trash, so that's good.
Very
Like,
eco-friendly.
exactly throw the bodies out.
Yeah, crates full of human parts.
Well, if he does come after you, at least that'll give you some cover.
Mhm.
I can throw
Next.
hearts at you.
Creepy.
Yep, creepy is next on the initiative order.
Okay. So does the broom handle he was pulling out, is he wielding that as a weapon now? Has he chucked that to the side?
No, he's holding on to it like he's gonna chuck it like a spear.
Okay. Um, is he like? Do I need to evade him? Is that my turn?
Um, he hasn't really decided who he's gonna throw it at yet, so he's just kind of he's basically he has to wait till it's his turn. But it looks like he's getting ready to throw it, but he hasn't thrown it yet. And then you can't really tell who he's gonna throw it at. And if you're invisible, he can't see you to throw it at you anyway, so
I would like to remain invisible, and I don't have anything for range, so I think I'm just gonna go full bore Adam stealth mode and try to see if I can grasp his neck with my nails. So I attempt to like pull out his throat. I have a thing in my sheet for like combat with nails, but would I do that instead of like would I do that or would I roll with some kind of like stealth brawl kind of
you would definitely be rolling a brawl. If so I guess it would be brawl plus a strength plus brawl, and you would get a bonus for your nails.
way?
I think
Because I
that
have
difference
one
is
point in potence as well, it says I can gain 1d in strength based rolls.
Yeah.
So,
or you can spend a point of blood to get an automatic success.
okay. So sorry, you said it would be brawl and what? Sorry.
Let's go with dexterity plus brawl because you're going for a very specific area.
Right. Okay. So, 30. Well, how does that work if I do the blood point for the automatic success? Does that just change the risk number?
It's
Or
the
like,
damage.
Yeah, so hold on to that one success, and that'll be on your damage roll. So you'll get an automatic one success on your damage roll. So let's just roll the dexterity plus brawl, target number 6, and
9886.
nice. And then let's do the damage roll, which is strength plus what, Kevin?
Currently strength plus 4 because of the successes.
Okay, so it's plus your number of successes. Okay.
Well,
Strength plus
-1, yeah.
4, and then you get the 1 that you already got.
Okay. So I'm strength plus the 4 and then plus 1.
No,
Mhm.
just strength plus 4, and then once you're done with the roll, you add
We
one
just add the
success.
1.
Okay.
And
Whoa!
that's target number 6. So,
Nice.
nice. So you have 5 successes. You very successfully rip out his throat.
Nice.
He doesn't, he doesn't see you coming. He's very distracted. He has just spent time turning his torso around, so he's, still backwards, sort of, so to speak. So, yeah, you are able to reach in and grab him by his throat. You use your claws and grip in really tight, rip out his throat, his larynx, his, all that good stuff. Um, he drops the spear that he has in his hand, and he puts his hands over his throat to almost as a reflex, just because, human reflexes. It's not going to kill him per se, because he doesn't need to breathe or anything like that. But it's
Made him
very
drop the spear.
he dropped the spear, and he doesn't have a throat at the moment, so he will have to if he wants to speak to anybody on his turn, he's gonna have to spend his turn fixing his neck. And he doesn't have the spear anymore. Okay, Dahlia.
Oh boy. I guess he's got his whole body flipped, his whole torso still flipped around, and he's flailing at his neck right now. I
Mhm.
would say his chest is kind of open in the back.
Yeah.
Technically in the back. Am I able to touch his chest and literally like make his body reject his heart out? Or at least
Yeah,
pull it to the surface to make an easier kill or something.
yeah. You
Probably
absolutely
smart.
could.
Like
Maybe
I just pull the heart out instead of stabbing it if he doesn't have it, right?
It's much more dramatic, anyhow.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
pull it out and, like, squish it, may as well stuck
Ali
a
Ma.
sword through it. Exactly.
well, let's see if I can at least get it pulled to the surface so I can grab it out to smash it, and then. So I would still say that is the flesh crafting. So
So
what did
I
we?
guess it would be, like, dexterity plus flesh crafting?
I was thinking maybe, well, if it's moved, if it's not where it's supposed to be, maybe perception.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess because you are a Zamish, you know that things aren't necessarily where you expect them to be. Um, and from what you could tell, it looked like Felix got that right where it should be, and he didn't go down. So I guess like a perception plus fleshcraft to see if you can tell where his heart is in his body
Mhm.
to get it.
Which I did have an extra point in that. So let's do. Oh, it's still not the greatest, but I think it's 5 altogether. 2 in that. Yeah, because I added an extra perception.
Gotcha. I'm gonna give you target number 6 since you are also Zamish and you know how flesh crafting works.
Well, I have 1 success then out of 6.
Okay. Um,
Which maybe lets me know that I wasn't successful in pulling the heart, but maybe I kind of know where it is now.
yeah. No, this was just basically for you to figure out where it is. Um, so I'm gonna say that you can kind of tell where it is, but he has taken some precautions with his heart because, he's a smarty pants.
Mhm.
He has basically wrapped his rib cage completely around his heart. So, he's kind of grown bone spurs off of his ribs that have made like extra rib cage around his heart.
So we need a lot of extra strength with that steak.
Yeah. A flesh crafting, I would say that you could probably get it done in 2 turns. If you do like this turn, I'm going to go ahead and give you a flesh crafting roll if you can touch him. So I guess you would need to first make a brawl roll to see if you can touch him. And if you can touch him, I will let you make a flesh crafting roll to see if you could, get through some of his bone
Okay.
heart
Let's
prison.
do brawl first, which I think I have 3 in. And what was the
It's
target for that? I do have a
it's
10.
dexterity plus brawl.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that then. That would be 6 altogether then. There we go. Hey, that's even better.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. Yeah. Target number 6. So that is 4 successes.
Nice.
Do you have any specialties since you have a 10?
In either dex or brawl.
Yeah.
Oh, just
Mm,
that great blow thing. Yeah.
just my great blow, yes.
Yeah. That might come into play next time.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you were definitely able to get to him and touch him. So if you want to make a dexterity plus flesh crafting to see if you can get through some of his bone to be able to get to his heart.
Wait, which was hold on, I got the biggest right. And then what was the target for that? I got triple sixes.
Yeah. I mean that's bonus.
Yes, right.
um you win. No. uh, yeah. So you are able to get the bone to release enough that you will be able to pull the heart out on your next turn if that's what you so choose to do.
Okay, his bones are out of the way. Okay. We have uncaged the beast.
Yeah.
Now, if
Awesome.
I can't get to him before my next turn, at least there might be a chance somebody can get in with that stake a little beating.
Yeah.
I feel so.
Um,
Oh,
Now it's his turn. Let's see what he wants to do. Um,
Tap the guy behind the garbage cans. Nowhere near a threat.
I'm on that guy. Um, I'm gonna say that Dahlia, when you got close to him, you still had enough of his ghoul's blood on your dress and your shoes that he was able to tell that it was you that squished his ghoul. So, because he is so enraged,
Boy.
he's not going to spend any time flesh crafting his throat or moving his bones back around. He is just going to go straight for you. You're behind him, correct?
yes, I was already
behind
getting
him
Yeah,
behind
behind
him.
him, in
at
front
his
of him.
chest.
I'm behind
Whatever
him at this
way. Okay, so he's going to turn his head around so that he can see not like turn his he's going to turn his body so that, now his back, torso, head facing forward, looking at you.
back head. There we go.
Confused.
So confusing. And let's see. He doesn't have any other weapons because he dropped his spear. I'm just gonna say he uses his creepy legs and jumps for you.
Oh no.
And if he can make this roll, okay, I did give him a roll score. Let's do. Gavin, can you roll
Yep,
8 dice for me?
sure. And
Because he is
specialties?
backwards and everything is kind of confusing for him right now, I'm gonna make his target number like 8.
4
Oh
successes.
wow.
If he has specialties,
He
6.
doesn't have any specialties. He's an NPC. Okay, great. He is able to jump like a weird twisted up frog, and he gets he let's see. He is a small person, so he just kind of like jumps onto you and grabs onto you with like his hands. I was gonna say his hands and his legs, but she's just gonna grab you with his arms like a big bear hug. Like he went for your arms and torso, so he was kind of trying to get your arms down by your torso. And he is going to do a vicissitude roll. He is going to let's see. Go ahead, and it is Dex plus Bodycraft. That's another 8 dice roll for me, please, Gavin.
Yep. Difficulty? Based on what he's trying to do.
7.
4 successes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it. um, he is going to flesh craft your arms to your sides.
Well,
So you were kind of stuck, uh, you know, stuck.
now I am a giant battering ram, though. It's okay.
And he's just gonna kind of stand back up and turn around and look at everybody else, since now he's kind of like, she can't do anything now.
Did he push her to the ground?
No,
Okay.
I don't think he had enough turn for that. Okay, Felix.
Okay. I guess I'll run up and grab the stake back off the ground.
Okay.
And since his back is turned to me, which means his front is turned toward me, I'll see if I can stab him where the bone has been moved away from his heart.
Okay.
There'll be another attempt at a staking. Just
All right.
a little bit of a better chance this
A
time.
prepared one.
I, for some reason, just keep thinking, stick out.
Keep thinking steak tartare. I'm starving.
Difficulty for staking him with his heart exposed?
7.
3 successes.
Well, you kind of already have a hole. You just put it
Yeah.
back in. Let's do 6.
6, still 3 successes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
So,
damage roll.
yeah.
You got him.
Well, not in the heart. I didn't get enough successes.
I get to decide that. You put it back in the same hole.
Oh,
And
true. Let's
it's
see.
not like you were guessing, and you knew where it was
Right.
this time.
And it's especially unprotected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damage roll is 2 successes.
Okay. So you got it back in. You got it in a little bit farther. It's going to be a little bit harder for him to get it out.
This time I'm not gonna let go.
Okay. So he is stuck on the end of this stick, kind of frightened because you are very close to his now unprotected heart.
Oh, this whole episode could be taken out of context.
Just, it's all innuendo to me.
Okay, Francois, what do you want
He's
to
got
do?
a heart on.
He's got a heart on.
This would be a good.
I'm not sure. Again, I don't know that Francois would necessarily get involved in the fight. I do believe that he has celerity, so he could move around very quickly, but I don't know exactly what he would do.
So the way I'm standing there with this stake in his heart, if you were to like come up and push on the end of it, you could probably drive it through his heart more.
Oh, well, I suppose that's not a bad idea then.
It's a more exciting turn than looking for a lid for your box.
Certainly try to get a little bit involved then. All right. Well then, Francois sees that the situation is mostly in hand, but could push the situation into an advantageous one. Then he could probably overcome his cowardice just a bit and rush forth to knock the pig right into the hole. You're nuts this evening.
This is really coming to a head.
That will be a let's see, dexterity plus brawl, I guess that would be the best one to do.
Either brawl or melee, depending on.
I mean, he's not wielding the weapon, he's hitting the weapon.
Yeah.
But I guess if you want to do melee, so you could do the better of the two, brawl or melee.
They're equal.
Equally poor.
Yes. He is a lover, not a fighter.
Well, dexterity plus either one of those.
Alright.
I'm gonna say target number 6.
Target number 6. Alright. So let's just say that we're doing brawl.
Okay.
It's the same, but let's just say we're doing it. Oh my!
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
I don't have any specializations.
You
but that is
decided to
still
give it all you had.
Can we say
guess-
Francois good at penetration?
He is. It's his specialty.
Well, can you do a damage roll for me, which will be 3 plus your strength.
3 plus strength. So that's,
Also target number 6.
all right. Well, that's 6. So
We don't reroll
that's-
10s. We count 10s as 2 successes. Only if you have a specialty.
Yeah.
Somebody was
so the
asking
damage
in
roll
chat.
it's still just dot
It-
before the number.
It's
Mhm.
dot and then your strength plus 3.
All right.
Nice.
And I don't know what number I need for that. But
6 on
6.
damage rolls.
So that's another 3 successes along with Felix's 2 successes.
Yep.
So that's 5 successes. So I'm gonna say that you get it. You
He
get
is
it.
successfully staked.
he is successfully staked. He falls to the ground and is in torpor.
Let us drag his body away ASAP.
Sounds good.
You guys have to drag his body. I might have to. I have to fleshcraft myself back.
Oh, yeah. Actually, my strength is really pumped right now. I'll,
Just throw him over your shoulder.
yeah, and carry him to our, black carriage.
My
Okay.
strength is pumped, so I'll carry Dahlia.
I
It's
can
as a
help.
thank you for 3 bones of pie for your hand.
Right. And I'll tell the driver
Francois
to...
will clean off his pants.
And I'll tell the driver to head to the opposite side of town from either where we are and opposite to our clock tower.
Yeah. You could always take him to Elena.
Yeah. I was thinking we have Dahlia Diablerize him.
Ooh.
See if she can get some of that yummy, yummy knowledge
Yeah,
of flesh crafting from him.
He's
that's a
giving me all.
possibility.
We can take a ride and figure out if we're being tailed, and then if things are calm, then we can make some decisions about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it is best for us to contact Elena and find out what she wants to do first before we make any rash decisions.
Yes, we've done something a little bit large.
Francois
Um,
could perhaps follow along behind to make sure that he can keep an eye for being trained.
You're gonna take up the rear?
Wouldn't be the first time in the evening.
Diablerie is usually a no-no, but we're anarchs. We're not affiliated with the Camarilla or the Sabat. So
Sabat
Which is
have
the-
a problem with Diablerie?
no,
Like, I didn't think they did.
not usually.
Yeah.
That's how you get ahead in the Sabat. Do we need to roll anything to make sure we're not being tailed?
No.
Okay.
You're not being tailed.
Yay.
They expect this guy to be able to handle his own, handle you guys, no problem. And if he can't, then
He's weak.
yeah,
As far as they were aware, he was only fighting 2 vampires.
exactly. And if he doesn't come back from fighting 2 vampires, then we don't need him.
Right.
So
So yeah, we'll
yeah,
drive him
you
to
got him.
Elena.
All right. So Elena is very impressed. Staking a Zamish is no small feat, to say the least. They are dangerous and can be very volatile and manipulative and very yeah. They're great.
There's
They're
only
bad.
room for one around here, and I don't like competition.
They are bad news / awesome.
Exactly. If they're on your team, then you're lucky. But if they're not on your team, you might be in trouble.
Yes, we are very appreciative of Dahlia's maneuvers there. We definitely could not have done that. That was a good team effort.
Yep.
But Dahlia was a 100% necessity.
Surprising for Dahlia to be a team effort, but like she said, you are now her friends, which are her property now. Don't
So
touch.
did you fleshcraft yourself back, or are you just kind of you
Do I
staying
need
that
to
way?
roll to fleshcraft myself back, or do you think I can just on while we're on our way back to you? Could I just like free my arms?
Yeah, no, you can free your arms. That's not a problem.
Okay.
He
Then yeah,
only
I will. I'll spend a blood die, I guess, to fleshcraft myself back.
Okay.
That way it'll make sense.
he
Sounds
only
good.
crafted her flesh, not he didn't like make like bone spurs go through it
No,
or
he didn't
anything.
break anything. He just
Okay.
wanted you to immobilize you, basically,
Mhm.
since so you couldn't get to his heart.
Well, if I couldn't have fleshcrafted myself back, I'm so strong that I might have. I mean, I might have damaged
You
Yeah.
myself.
just
But I
rip
think I
your
could.
arms off.
I
Absolutely.
think I could have just ripped my arms out.
It
We
would have
had
hurt,
a
but it would have been good.
we had a Demish in one of our games that did that to a werewolf, and the werewolf literally ripped his legs back apart and healed the wounds with regeneration. Kept coming.
It was scary.
Yeah.
It's like getting hit first. It just makes you madder and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It slowed him down.
Unless you're Francois.
It did
Yeah.
slow him
Getting
down.
hit means you run.
Right, do you want to do the scene with Elena now?
Yeah.
Oh, should we bump our points back down?
Oh,
Or
good
not?
point. Yeah. Gotta bring my strength back down to 1.
Same.
All right. Back to normal. Feeling weak.
So, Elena in her chapel, underneath her chapel, basically has a vault where she keeps several staked enemies
Mm.
that have caused her problems over the years. So she's got a few extra crypts that she doesn't mind stowing this guy in. So if you want to carry him downstairs and toss him in, then yeah.
Yeah, just I'm a little too weak to carry him at this point, so I might need
Elena will pick him up
Oh, okay.
and take him downstairs. She just looks over her shoulder at you guys and come on.
You said she had a bunch of staked people. I was picturing it like how people hang antlers up everywhere. Instead of just like
She has a crypt that she puts people into. She says, I picked this idea up from some other vampires who are just hanging on to people.
Is it like a meat hook situation?
Nah, they've got a crypt.
Oh, so they're okay. I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. They're like in I guess it's kind of like just people-sized carvings into the wall, and then you can just put a body in there and
Oh, they're
push it
alcoves.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's gonna break the broomstick off enough that he will fit into the hole. But she's not labeling who this person is. She doesn't label her crypt.
Are we able to get any
Disorganized
evidence?
mess.
Can we search his body for any evidence that ties him to the Jack the Ripper killings?
Sure.
Like perception plus investigation or
Yeah.
okay.
do we all do one?
Yeah, you can.
We could just take the highest of the
Yeah,
rolls.
I think that's probably a good idea. So
I'd
everybody
be
do one and
rolling.
we'll take the highest one.
Francois is too preoccupied trying to still clean the blood off his hands.
Oh,
Nice.
Out, I say.
Azelwyn got
Also-
998.
Nice.
There's no way he would be any good at helping. So,
I got 965. And Charlize got 85.
Yeah.
I think that's 3
Since
successes
he's
from
not
Azelwyn.
putting up a fight, the target number is like 4.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
you
in
guys
that
did
case,
real good.
I got 6 successes.
Yeah. So you're able to find a small, not really small, but like like a pouch, like a drawstring pouch that he had tied inside of his belt that was inside his pant leg.
Okay.
Inside of this pouch was a souvenir, basically, from each of the people that he had murdered.
Fuck yeah.
So he had all of that.
Okay.
So you definitely know for sure that he was the one doing the murdering.
Just have to
So
find a way
Elena says, here's the problem. You can't go to the police with this information.
to.
You can't turn a vampire into human authorities
Right.
We
like
need
you
a
could
schmuck
turn.
to frame. Frame a schmuck
Well,
to stop the framing that was done to us.
Yeah.
it's just as long as there's no more killings,
It'll just become unsolved
it'll just be
murders.
an unsolved mystery. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll know, and Elena will know, and the other people they were trying to torture with this, like Diana, will be aware of what was going on. So, yeah. At least we have evidence.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Should we leave that evidence with Elena?
yeah. I'll tell you what she's gonna do with it though. She is gonna send it with in a box back to Gabriel.
Mm.
Basically, we know what you did last summer. Um,
1890s edition.
yeah.
The
I
prequel.
know what you did last fortnight.
Oop, Fortnite stream.
Yep. You know, I've told you guys not to mess with the ones that I've claimed. These are mine, and this guy's dead because of it.
That's awesome.
But also, Elena looks over at Dahlia and says, a very close personal friend of mine is on their way here, and they are very interested in meeting you.
Me, though. Not that many people very much want to get close to me, so I'm interested. And slightly
He
nervous.
he is very interested in you as well.
Oh, not.
So he will be here probably within the next week or so. And he is very much looking forward to meeting you.
Well, Dahlia's quite flustered by this because she's not used to attention that's anywhere close to positive other than smashing.
Is that close time period to when the next seance is going to be?
Yeah,
Awesome.
we are going to end here for the evening, and we'll come back next week with a seance and a special guest.
Exciting.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Anya. This was fantastic. Third
It
session.
was a wonderful session. Delightful. So many opportunities to be dirty.
Excellently lewd. The perfect amount, really.
That's what I do best.
Well, thank you, Ghosty Gremlin, for the follow. Thank
Yeah.
you all for the follows tonight and the excellent questions and chats. Great observations from Shrappy about Diablerie, and the fact that the Camarilla do tend to have more auspex than everyone else, and they can use auspex to see the Diablerie in your blood. So, if we do plan on dealing with them at all, it might be a good idea for us to stay clear of Diablerie. But because we have Elena on our side, we probably feel a little bit more likely to go in that direction
Well,
Yeah,
then
than
we
we
since
did.
you
normally
could
would.
look at Elena with Auspex, she's just full of diablerie.
But she also
we did.
probably doesn't show up quite as a vampire either.
We're feeling very confident after we just brought home some big game, like a happy cat bringing home a mouse to their master or something.
But yes, we appreciate all of the lewdness in chat and on the stream. That is very up our alley.
All right, well, I will let everyone outro. Tell everybody your social medias and all that good stuff. And we'll start where we finished last time with Morningstar.
Well, if you darlings just can't get enough of me, then you can find me on Twitter or Instagram as _Cytherian, or on Facebook as the Cytherian. And I wholeheartedly encourage you to go and follow me because I have so many treats lined up for you next week, this week, constantly. I spoil my pets.
Megan?
Taking longer than I'd like to get my personal links up and going, but I'm the photographer and editor for the Morningstar content, so if you want to see any of the work that I'm currently doing, just go to any of the previously mentioned Morningstar links. Hermes doesn't
Alan?
have a social media.
Aw, you should make him an
Yeah.
Instagram. Azaelin?
Oh, I am Azaelin. You can find me at Azaelin pretty much anywhere. I'm growing my TikTok right now, and that is under Goddess Azaelin. And tomorrow starts. I'm doing a Sims occult legacy let's play, and that starts on here tomorrow under the same name. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
Yep,
Gavin?
everybody head over there and give her a follow. Click on her name in chat. I'm Gavin. I'm the co-author of Children of Midnight Coven with Anya. And I wanted to give a shout out to Struggle Princess, who had to sleep during the stream and couldn't make it.
Aw.
But we know you'll be watching the VOD later, so we'll make sure to get this up on YouTube as quickly as we can. But wanted to give a shout out. And thank everyone so much for being so awesome in chat today. We love you all. We have a Discord, our
Yeah.
Children of Midnight Discord that you can join. I'll try to post a link before we end the stream. And we love hanging out with all of you. Anya?
This is
Yeah.
highlighted by me.
Let's see. I'm Anya. You can find me on Twitter at Anya Timor. You can find me on Instagram at Menagerie Nest. And I'm here on Fridays doing Animal Crossing Let's
It
Plays,
is.
and we have a super fun time there. I appreciate everybody who comes and watches me every week and hangs out, and we are able to have super fun, good conversations. I did want to say that I was able to get Morningstar a whole bunch of stuff that I want to give you in Animal Crossing.
Oh, well, we should have a little bit of a meeting then.
Yeah.
A little quick exchange.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
But Gavin and I are going to be on vacation this weekend, but we are still doing the Animal Crossing stream, so you might actually get a yurt tour on the stream on Friday because we're going to be in a yurt in the woods, and I'm so excited.
That's
But,
assuming the
yeah.
internet. Assuming the internet connection is halfway decent,
Yeah.
we will try to do a yurt tour. So no hammy cam this week.
Yeah.
Our new hamster will be here alone. But
Yeah.
yeah.
With all the other people that live in our house.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here today, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.